I'm Pam Dettelbach. Some of you may know me as Aunt Pam or Mrs. D. Today I thought I would read to you a couple of my favorite stories. One in particular I think has cute rhythm. I'm reading to you from our yellow bedroom guest room in Stanton, Virginia. Brian's just standing the camera so you can get a glimpse of the room. The family pictures on the wall and cats sleeping on it. The first story is from this book, The Golden Treasury of Poetry. And the first time I remember hearing this poem was my mother reading it when my little baby brother Tom was born. It's called The Tale of Custard the Dragon, and it's by Ogden Nash. There's not many pictures, they're black and white, but I will just hold it up. Here we go. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little gray mouse, with a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really-o truly-o little pet dragon. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little gray mouse she called Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, but the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace chimney for a nose, and really-o truly-o daggers on his toes. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the really-o truly-o cowardly dragon. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, while Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Meouch, cried Ink, and oh, cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. Belinda paled and she cried, help, help! But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and the little mouse Blink, strategically mousehole. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled them every bit. Belinda embraced him. Mustard licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and Blink and Glee did gyrate around the dragon that ate the pirate. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little gray mouse, and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her really-o truly-o little pet dragon. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice, safe cage.
Shall I go? Ready?
Mm-hmm. The next book is Teddy Bear Gardener by Phoebe and Joan Worthington. It's a book that I practically had memorized because I read a lot for our girls when they were little. Teddy Bear Gardener. Once upon a time, there was a teddy bear gardener. He had a spade and a fork and a little red wheelbarrow. In the morning, he went to his tool shed. He put on his apron, then he put his clippers and his broom into the barrel. The teddy bear gardener wheeled his barrel, bumpity squeak, to the lady who lived next door to help in her garden. First, he cut the hedges, clip, 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 clip. He clipped the shape of a bird on each of the hedges. At 11 o'clock, the lady brought him a glass of lemonade and a biscuit. There's a little white cat that's keeping him company. Then the teddy bear gardener mowed the lawn. He swept up all the grass and put it in his wheelbarrow. When he had finished, the lady paid him 5 pennies. He put them in the pocket of his apron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The teddy bear gardener went back home and had his lunch. At 2 o'clock, he put his spade and his fork into his wheelbarrow and wheeled it into his own garden. Bumpity squeak, bumpity squeak. He dug up some carrots, some potatoes, and some cabbages. Then he picked some flowers. When his wheelbarrow was full, he pushed it down to the garden gate. He put the vegetables and the flowers on a stall to sell. People liked to buy vegetables from the teddy bear gardener because they were so good to eat. He always remembered to say, "Good afternoon," and "Thank you very much." When all the vegetables and flowers had been sold, the teddy bear gardener put his wheelbarrow in the tool shed and went to have a wash. After he had had his supper, he was very tired, so he climbed the stairs, put on his pajamas, and soon he was tucked up in bed. The cat's going to bed with him. And that is the story of the teddy bear garden. Before I read this last little poem, which is one of my personal favorites, and frankly, words I live by, I just wanted to say hello to anybody out there that's listening and paying attention, especially to the Spieglets, Hannah and Sam and Andrew and Sophia. We miss you all there in Ohio. And of course, any of my former students that might be watching, we miss you all, and eventually we'll get to see each other again and share hugs. So here's in the Real Mother Goose poems, and this is one of my favorites. It's called For Every Evil, but it goes, "For every evil under the sun, there is a remedy, or there is none. If there be one, seek till you find it. If there be none, never mind it." Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the stories. You're welcome to give me feedback on Facebook, and I would gladly do more. Thank you.